In this video, I will explain the operation of circuit breakers. So first thing is what is circuit breaker? Circuit breaker is a switchgear, or it is a device which used to make or break the circuit. And actually we have three functions of a single circuit breaker. There are three functions. The first one is the circuit breaker is used to make or break. Okay, circuit breaker is used to make or break a circuit either manually or remote control under the normal condition. So before that, what is normal condition? Normal condition is nothing but there is no fault on the system. Whereas fault condition or abnormal condition means there is a fault in a system. So the first objective of a circuit breaker is to make or break. Make means close the circuit, break means open the circuit. Okay, so make or break a circuit either manually or remote control under normal condition. Okay, under normal condition means there is no fault on the system. At the scenario, at the situation, the circuit breaker make or break the circuit either manually or remote control. The second one is explained during the faulty condition. So in this case, break a circuit or isolate a circuit, break or isolate a circuit automatically whenever a fault occurs on the system. So that is the second function of a circuit breaker. Third one, make a circuit or close a circuit, make or close a circuit either manually or remote control under the faulty condition. Okay, so the first one, make or break the circuit under normal condition, break the circuit under the faulty condition, or make the circuit under the faulty condition. So these are the functions of a circuit breaker. Then operating principle of a circuit breaker. So we know that the normal there are two contacts in a circuit breaker. There are two contacts called electrodes. So one is fixed contact, second one is movable contact. So during the normal condition, the two contacts or two electrodes remains closed position under the normal condition. So during the fault or when the fault occur, the trip coil energizes the circuit breaker and it separate. The contacts are separated or contacts gets separated during the faulted condition. So that is the operating principle of a circuit breaker. So when the circuit breaker consists of two contacts, fixed and moving contact, and insulation medium is there. Okay, like oil, air, SF6 insulation medium are filled inside the circuit breaker. So during the faulted condition, the contacts gets separates in the insulating medium. Okay, so once the contacts separates, a arc is struck between the two contacts. An arc is struck between the two contacts. Okay, so this arc is a low resistance path for a current flow, so that the contacts get separated and arc is struck between the contact. So in this condition, the short circuit current flows through the arc. Okay, so because the arc acts as a low resistance path, so it is a conductive nature. So the short circuit current again it flows through the arc. So the main objective of circuit breaker is to extinguish the arc as soon as possible. Okay, so once the fault occurs, the two contacts get separated and arc produced between the contact. At the time the arc continues or arc allows the large current to flow through the circuit. So the circuit breaker need to extinguish this arc, okay, between the contact as soon as possible. Then only we can interrupt the circuit or we can interrupt the current flow. Okay, so the insulation medium like air, oil, SF6 are used for arc quenching or extinguishing the arc. So the mediums, the properties of insulating mediums are high. It possesses high dielectric strength, non-inflammability material, high thermal stability, arc extinguishing ability, okay, chemical stability, and commercial availability. And these are the commonly used mediums: air, then compressed air, oil, then vacuum, then SF6 or sulfur hexafluoride. Then already I explained the arc phenomenon. It's nothing but when the fault occurs, the contacts get separated so that an arc is generated between the, or arc is struck between the contacts. So at the time also the current, the short circuit current is able to continue the circuit. Okay. So the circuit breaker duty is to extinguish the arc within the shortest possible time, because the arc provides a low resistance path so that current flows through the circuit breaker. So the circuit breaker should extinguish the arc as soon as possible. So how the arc is formed? So the arc is formed, there are two principles, that is, one is field emission, second one is thermionic emission. So field emission is nothing but the high voltage gradient between the electron or between the contacts, high voltage gradient. So thermionic emission means increase of temperature, okay, increase of temperature. So these are the causes of initiation of arc: field emission, that is due to the high voltage; thermionic emission, that is due to the high temperature. Then the arc is maintained. There are some factors to maintain the arc in the between the contact. So one is thermal emission, that is due to the temperature rise; field emission, that is due to the voltage rise; then increase of free mean path. Okay, so these are the factors influencing the maintaining arc between the contact. So we know that the circuit breaker duty is to extinguish the arc as soon as possible, okay, or shorter time, extinguish the arc within a shortest time. So the arc resistance, actually the arc resistance is very low. That's why the current is flowing through the circuit breaker. So that we need to increase the arc resistance. Then only we can interrupt the circuit or interrupt the current. So the arc resistance depends upon degree of ionization, length of the arc, and area cross section of the arc. So these are the three factors which affect the arc resistance. So our objective is to increase the arc resistance. Okay. So the resistance of arc depends upon degree of ionization, length of arc, that is L, length of arc, then area cross section of arc. Then principle of arc extinction. So there are two factors. Okay, that the factor responsible for the maintenance of arc is potential difference, voltage difference between the contact, and ionized particle between the contact. So method of arc extinction. There are two methods to extinguish the arc. The first one is high resistance method. Second one, low resistance or current zero method. High resistance method. Second one, low or current zero method. High resistance method. So in this method, we increase the resistance of the arc with time. Okay, we increase the resistance of arc with time. Okay, so that once we increase the resistance, we can prevent the current flow and we can interrupt the arc. Okay, and we can interrupt the current flow. So in this method, we increase the resistance means lot of energy is dissipated, because the resistance is high means lot of energy is dissipated. That is the disadvantage of this method. And normally it used in DC circuits and low capacity AC circuit breaker. So we can increase the resistance by following method. So the methods are cooling the arc. Okay, cooling the arc, then increase the length of the arc, then reduce the cross section of the arc, then splitting the arc. So these are the methods. It increases the arc resistance: cooling the arc, lengthening the arc, reducing the cross section of the arc, and splitting the arc. The next one is low resistance method. So in this method, here arc resistance is kept low until the current is 0. Okay, because in a AC circuit there is a natural current 0 point because it's a sinusoidal waveform. AC current means it is a pure sinusoidal waveform. So there is a one natural current 0 point. So the arc is extinguished when the current reaches at natural 0 or near the natural 0 point. Okay, so the arc is eliminated or arc is extinguished at the point 0 or near the natural current 0 point. So this method, low resistance method, is usually used in AC circuits, high power AC circuits. So the different method of low resistance are lengthening the gap, then high pressure, cooling, then blast effect. So these are the main methods in low resistance method: lengthening of gap, high pressure, cooling, and blast effect. And the phenomenon of arc extinction is explained by the two theory. One is energy balance or Casey theory. Second one, recovery rate or Slepian's theory. So energy balance theory tells the rate of heat dissipation between the contact is greater than rate at which heat is generated. Then the arc will be extinguished. Okay, so here rate at which heat is generated. Heat generation is less. Okay, heat generation is less than heat dissipation. Okay, at that condition the arc will be extinguished. Okay, so that is Casey theory or energy balance theory. Heat generation is less than heat dissipation. So the arc is extinguished. Second theory is recovery rate or Slepian theory. So in this theorem, formation of neutral molecule. Okay, formation of neutral molecules. So combining ion and electron to form a neutral molecule. So the formation of neutral molecule, rate of formation of neutral molecule is faster than rate at which voltage increases. Then the arc will be extinguished. Okay, so the rate of neutral molecule formation is faster. Okay, neutral molecules formation is faster than rate at which voltage increases. Then the arc will be extinguished. So that's all the working of circuit breaker. Thank you.